TV. Thank you for being part of this program. This program is proudly sponsored by UMCAT School of Journalism and Mass Communication. This school is located just a few meters away from the traffic lights. Thank you for being part of this program. I'm Sarah Nachia, your host, and we have our guests, but of course we will begin with my co-host. Please introduce yourself to the viewer out there.
I'm so humbled to be part of this team. Mm-hmm. My name is Hanifa.
Hanifa, you're welcome. Yes, sir. Please introduce yourself too.
My hosts, thanks so much for the opportunity, and viewers for giving us the time. My name is Adrian Mosuswa Isegero, the incoming chairperson, UMCAT Electoral Commission.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, our dear viewers, our host, my chairperson. I'm Tumwine David, General Secretary, Electoral Commission, UMCAT School of Journalism.
You're welcome, sir. Here with me, I have a special guests. That is the chairman, the incoming, then the General Secretary, Electoral Commission, UMCAT School of Journalism and Mass Communication. They are here to tell us more about the election process. And of course, we will begin with our chairperson, the incoming. Can you tell us more about your vision for ensuring free and fair elections in the upcoming elections?
Thank you, host. To begin with, we're delighted that I was entrusted with the mandate to prepare, monitor or supervise and steer the electoral process of UMCAT School of Journalism, that is for the Guild Presidency as a whole. But to start with, we are into this office not as a one-off or a one-man show. We are brought into this kind of activity through an act of a legal framework, and that is the UMCAT School of Journalism Electoral Commission Act. This act has been active for the past several years, and it has been the basis of running the exercise for so many chairpersons. For starters, I, for one, I'm going through the exercise as a committee, not as an individual, and we are guided by the same constitution of UMCAT, clause 9. To start with, that clause specifies in the section 1 the composition of the committee. So the committee basically has got 5 members. That is the chairperson, the secretary general, and then 3 other commissioners that I'm working with. So in brief, our arms are up to start the exercise. As we will go on, I'll be in position to explain much more on the ingredients of what the exercise entails.
Yes, so back to the same question. What can you tell us about your vision for ensuring a free and a fair elections in the upcoming elections? What is your vision for ensuring a free and fair election?
Well, one is really a dedicated team.
Okay.
We are professional enough. We've had a simple induction on how to carry on the exercise. 2, my vision is to have a one-off state-of-the-art exercise from its inception up to the swearing-in ceremony, but also it encompasses any other grievances that can come in as we move on with the guild composition. So my vision is we are going to have the best spoken electoral exercise, right from nominations, campaigns, voting, swearing in, and then the assurance of the officers for the new cabinet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Of course, he has answered the question very well. Then the other question is, how do you plan to address the concerns about the potential election fraud and ensure transparency in the electoral process? The viewer out there would love to know, how will that process be to ensure transparency?
One, this is going to be captured at the vetting process.
Okay.
Because we are having the nominations, then we'll vet. So at that point of vetting, we are trying to get the actual candidates that we think are going to bring their leadership skills to the table for the students. So in that, we are also making sure whoever qualifies meets the minimum standards of qualifications, but these are now in two folds. One, as a commission, we have our guidelines that each candidate, each aspirant must fulfill. Then two, on the institutional level, we also have what it takes for one to become a candidate. It's not easy, but it's easy for those who are prepared. And I must say, whoever will go through the vetting, by Friday, will have the best candidate. Now it will be up to the electorate, the voters, to make their own best decisions on who will make their wishes, aspirations from the students' side to the administration.
Okay, on that very note, before you conclude, there are times we come out complaining that there was no transparency. I wanted you to the viewer out there, they would love to know, how will you show transparency so that we sit and be affirmed that the electoral commission or the chairperson is doing what he's supposed to do? We want to know, how will you be transparent?
One, after the vetting exercise, we are going to invite each candidate to nominate to us either campaigning manager or any agent of his own choice, so that we take them through of the actual exercise. That is one aspect of transparency.
Okay.
Two, this is a democratic kind of vote. We are going to make sure it's a one man, one vote.
Okay.
Two, it's going to be done during broad daylight. Three, we are giving an equal forum for every candidate to express, to view out his aspirations to the electorate. So you have that time, you have the chance to go out there to the voters, explain to them so that you make your case clear to them and become the best candidate. The third one, we are inviting a few observers.
Observers, yes.
Those are our same institutions, just like UMCAT.
Okay.
We are having an official from Rubaga division, but still under the political arena. So we are trying to make sure this exercise is not the ordinary one, it's not the normal one. We are bringing a lot on board. What we call upon is all aspirants and thereafter candidates, the voters. Please tag along with us so that we make this exercise a memorable one.
Thank you so much, our chairperson, the incoming. Yes, the secretary, the general secretary, sir. You're welcome to this program.
Thank you.
Of course, I also have a questions for you. What steps have you taken to ensure that all eligible voters have access to voting in the upcoming elections?
Yes, I'll say once again, good afternoon. I'm so humbled to be here. Yes, I'm so happy to be that I'm going to answer that question in its appropriate way. At one point, as Electoral Commission, we are working as a group and we are working as an organized body. One, we were put into this office not by voting, not by just picking someone outside. We went through a lot. We went through vetting process. We were agreed by administration that we are the best candidate. So to come to your point, one, as students who are there outside, I'm going to talk about two categories. One, the people who are contesting, and the voters as well. Well, our candidates, they will totally be required to have requirements to show that they are students and they are eligible to contest.
Okay.
I don't expect someone who actually is waiting to graduate to come there on that day that I want to contest. I will not expect the babies, the freshers, obviously they are the babies of the institute. I don't expect them to come and contest. Obviously, as we follow our constitution, the guild constitution, they will be out of the race. So I will start with voters. Whoever wants to participate, to be part of the voting process, one, as the institute and the electoral commission as large, we have come up with procedures of what to follow. One, as voters, one, you should have a yellow card, and you should be a student of UMCAT. That's number two.
On that very note,
yes.
a viewer out there would love to know, what is a yellow card? But you know, when you speak of yellow, there is what comes into our mind. What is that yellow card?
Well, yellow card, this is the, I'll call it a small document. It's like a national ID, which shows that you're a student of UMCAT and you have paid it to a certain amount of what? Because each exercise that we are going to do needs finance. And you cannot be part of the election when you are not financially stable. So, which means if you have that yellow card, you are illegal. Actually, you are supposed to vote. It's actually in the constitution, from membership, you have to be a student of UMCAT.
So for someone who is not financially stable, that person is not supposed to involve in the process?
Well, according to the school, someone should have 60%.
Okay.
That's
60% in the accounts?
The accounts.
Okay.
And when you have 60%, it means automatically you qualify to have a yellow card. Yes, so voters, if you are there outside, prepare yourself. Just few days from now, we shall be ready to cast our votes. So what I would ask you right now, keep discipline.
Discipline.
Be at school. As you wait, if you are going the process of campaigns and so on, make sure you support your best candidate, but with discipline, because if we get you in anywhere or doing anything, automatically we shall not allow you to come and disturb us on that same day. Then going to this big point of candidates, this is where the challenge is. Everyone is asking what are the requirements, what. So, as candidates, one, guild president and vice president. This is a serious position. Honestly, you can't be a president of Uganda when you don't even know where you belong. So one point, we shall need a birth certificate, or a birth note from your origin. We shall need a national ID. Really, if you are guild president, at least we know we are at a level of a nation. You are going to represent a big institute like UMCAT with a name. So we expect you to have at least those small documents to show that you're Ugandan.
The birth certificate,
and national ID. So we don't want to stop other colleagues from abroad the country. If you have a passport, it is also okay. Yeah, because it's also part of the document. As well, if you're Ugandan, but you have a passport but you don't have a national ID, I know it can happen. You can as well come with it. So it's very important. And then secondly, we shall need, obviously, we shall need a letter from the disciplinary committee.
That is for the guild.
Guild. No. Okay, this one now, it comes to all the positions.
All the positions.
Yeah. If you want to contest, please make sure you go to AR, that's Academic Registrar, come out with a letter, at least stamped or recommended by one of the disciplinary committee members. At least we want to have that good image of someone who is coming to contest. Because few days from now, you will be representing UMCAT from outside. But we need someone who is displayed, someone who is academically performing. You get? Yeah, so we shall need that letter. We shall need a payment, obviously. We have to know how you've been caring, how your financial background in the institute. Because you can't be the guild president, honestly, when they are demanding you have a day. Really, that's not yeah. So we shall need a tuition payment at least of 60%.
For the guild?
Guild.
Isn't it a clearance or?
We shall need a clearance from the accounts or receipts showing that you've been paid. That's I think that is okay. Yeah, you can come up with a receipt in a clearance to show that you have been paying. And then we shall need 2 trustees or people you are going, as you are coming, this is the day when you are like nomination day, you are coming to be nominated. We need people who are going to second you, and this should be a student. And then we need a campaign manager, because we have come to agree that some candidates at times they tend not to trust their Electoral Commission. So we need that one person at least who shall be getting in touch, connect with you. Because sometimes it'll be like, if they meet me discussing with someone who's contesting for president, they'll be like, the Electoral Commission, they're having a side they are taking. So we want to disagree with that point, and we want someone to come up with someone and be like, if I'm not there, my manager is there.
Okay.
So that we need things which are transparent and accountable.
Because
Yes,
it
so-
goes back to transparency.
Exactly. So we need 2 trustees. Those should be students. At least they should come and we want to know whether they are students. As well, they should come with some documents showing that they are students.
They are.
We don't mind whether in year 1, we don't mind whether in year what, as long as they are UMCAT students. So a manager of your circumstance.
So they only need the yellow card that you talked about.
Yes, they should
Okay.
come and show you. And document showing that you are part of
You're
it. Those are the
part of it.
trustees. We are not about, but
The
candidates,
trustees.
this is too serious. Candidates, if you want to contest. And then 2, because I'm answering the question of how, how things. So this all shows that as we EC, we are ready to dismantle all the situation
Okay.
on ground, and we come up with the actual. Because we are not going to take any side. We know what to do, at least with the small experience we have with our body, at least we have discussing and so that we qualify.
Okay.
Yeah. So then another point, presidents, if you know you're contesting for president,
Presidential.
you should come with 100,000 as a registration fee. Then other positions, 70,000. Yes, so don't be deceived that you want 1 million, no, that will be another person, but as Electoral Commission and the document that we are going to take, it is 100,000, that's a president, and then the rest of the positions, it will be 70,000. Yes.
As part of the requirements that are needed, they shouldn't forget the 100,000. That is for the guild president. Now, of course, I have another question that has risen. Can we vote by proxy? Is it okay for us to vote by proxy?
Well, following the constitution, it's not allowed.
It's not allowed.
And by the way, on that day, if you are coming to be nominated, don't send someone to represent you. We need
That is
individual.
proxy.
Yes. Don't. Let me be clear on that. If you send your lawyers, do what? They will not be allowed and you will be disqualified. We need individual to be there because this is, you're going to represent people. If you can't represent yourself on the DOV nomination, how do you expect to represent the entire, the entire family of UMCAT? So we are going to be serious on that. We don't want anyone to come up and be like, I've sent my personal assistant. Those are your own people. For us as EC, we need individuals.
Okay, thank you so much. It's clear to everyone out there. Then the other question is, how will you handle any disputes or challenges? Of course, in everything we expect challenges. The challenges that may arise during the election process.
Well,
How will you handle those disputes and challenges? Now to you, the secretary, the incoming.
I know it's a very hectic moment that there's sharing of information. Because of the secretary, you are going to handle a lot of segments of people.
Exactly.
Someone will come to you showing you the documents, and at the same time, someone will come and be like, can you tell me what has represented? So I'm sure to be the general secretary, I went through a lot of process, and I'm sure at least I trust myself.
Okay.
According to our constitution, it's there.
Okay.
So any kind of secret should be secret. We don't need to discuss it with anyone. And the reason why, among the people, we are few people. We are only 5.
Okay.
5 or 6. That's the Board of Electoral Commission. So to handle the entire election, it means there is that extraordinary point that we have been contributing on the grounds. Yes, so I'm sure, and I want to assure everyone who is contesting, you campaign. Don't even be there and think maybe these people, we shall go there and talk to them, and we are not going to expose anyone's secret. Be there, gather your information, but as Electoral Commission, I want to be clear, you are not going to be helped in issues of, issues of campaign and so on. Please, we are doing our job, and we want to assure the student of UMCAT, expect all the best out of the committee.
Okay, General Secretary, Electoral Commission, sir. I'm not satisfied about that. Of course, when we talk about the challenges, do you want to assure the viewer out there that you only have one challenge that you're going to face or that you intend to face. Of course, when we talk about the challenges, at times you find people, you should do, is it leaking of information? Okay, it may not necessarily be that. Then maybe someone votes, they come back the second time. There are several challenges that you face that need to be handled. How are you planning to handle everything amicably?
About that, as Electoral Commission, obvious, this is not a personal issue.
No.
It's like a board as Electoral Commission, including my chairperson. Okay. So this means we have had enough time to discuss how are we going to overcome this. One, on that day, please, if you are coming to vote, don't be there and think you are going to disturb anyone.
Okay.
We have alerted all the security forces, so we shall have security forces around the ground. Okay. So just in case of anything, please, you are doing it at your own risk, and you will be charged.
You will be manhandled.
Yes, and we shall get them. Whoever is there and planning to do anything, we shall get you. And we shall crush you like how President Seven said. We shall crush the hooligans who wants to come and disturb the election. Because this is a free and fair election. And it's a student election. We don't expect parties that start, No. Come as an individual, convince your voters. I want to be a good president. Use that convincing language. It's not a matter of coming up to start putting in money. No, we don't expect that. Yeah, so I'm sure at that level we shall overcome all the situations, and we are ready to face because we have a good. At least we have some experience in what we're doing.
Okay. Yes. Then, as you're finishing this voting process and what have you, what measures have you implemented? The viewer out there would love to know, what measures have you implemented to ensure security and integrity of the electoral process?
One, as I started telling you,
you talked of the security.
I talked of the security.
Yes.
I talked of the requirements. So obviously, if you are there and you're planning to campaign, by now you have organized yourself.
Okay.
And you know what you want. I don't want to see that nomination of voting to come up and start complaining. I was supposed to come for speakership, but I'm now. So by this time, if you are ready to contest, you know what you want. And for us, we are ready to receive whoever is serious and whoever is ready. We are not going to go out and start picking someone, come and contest. Already we know you are there. For us, we are here waiting for whoever comes to contest. And that's the person we are going to deal with till the end of the day.
Okay.
So issues of trust and so on, I'm sure we are going to produce all the best. That's I'm sure on that. If it needs security, we shall bring. If it needs SFC, we shall put. Yes, that's I want to assure. I'm not even intimidating anyone, but I'm sure, according to the history that we have had, the past years, people have been intending to manipulate the situation. This time around, I am Tumwine David.
Okay.
He's Mr. The chairperson.
The chairperson.
I'm sure we don't connect at any moment.
Okay.
So we are going to handle each situation comes across the electoral period.
So to the viewer out there, expect a fair election. Of course, he talked about the secrecy. Our secretary, the general secretary, he has talked about the secrecy. Thank you for watching UMCAT Television. We'll come back shortly after our break.
alina omukisa buli atya mukama atambulira mu makubo ge Katonda wange kubanga onoolya emirimu gy'emizannyo gyo oliba wa mukisa era oliraba ebirungi ebizibu bwe bijja ne wabanga waliwo obuyinike. Is my defender we waba numba kwempita Katonda wange Mungu mpamanyi ayi Katonda luno lutalo lwendi munkwetaagawo kumpanirira Mukama sitani akutte kanisa agiyuyayuya bali mu maaso ge bafukamidde bakuba amavi bakwerabidde ebirowoozo bibali ku bugaggabuka obutalina fayida yadde abamu gye bajja obugagga babuzaabuza naye senjagala bubo ayi Katonda sitani tajja kunfukamiza obugagga bwe bwabyoya obutokanga bisanja ayagala balwana asanyuka waliwo bayomba kyemba mpeereza omu Katonda wange ow'omuggulu yeye kanwanira ebizibu bwe bijja ne wabanga waliwo buyinza Katonda wange ninanwanira atalina kiso kyatya ononkola kinga ndinasinga manyi Katonda wange is my defender bwe waba nnumba kwempita Katonda wange njagala nkusinzenga gwe watonda gwe wabumba amawanga nga gambenga ti buli kimu okisinga oli Katonda munene newe wataba mmere iba mulamu bwe wagamba ogalulirani kati ng'obulamu nabwewaayo gyali nsinza omuna nti kuba nnemesa gwe mpita ddadi teri mulala gwe ndiwa byange yenna oyo yamanya byenkola yampa yankuŋŋaanyiza obugagga obutalina buyinike sitaani mulimba ebibye biri mu katemba omutima gwe gwakyuma alabika talina magumba sinza omu Katonda wange ali mu ggulu talinvaamu mukama wange byonna bisinga ebizibu bwe bijja ne wabanga waliwo buyinike ita Katonda wange ninanwanira atalina kiso kyatya ononkola kinga ndinasinga manyi Katonda wange is my defender bwe waba nnumba kwempita Katonda wange mukama Katonda nkwebaza okununulanga ndikusinza n'emmeeme yange yonna obutaweramu nawaayo omwoyo gwange siri kusuula omutima n'omubiri gwange biri kusinzanga nkozesa kyoyagala taata siri kutenguwa nasigaza kwesiga gwe mukama atajja kujulukuka bandeetako amatanta bajja kusaanuka bakimanye nti goli
Welcome back to the next segment of our program, the Microscope. This program, as we've said, it runs from Monday up to Friday, and it's proudly sponsored by the mighty institution, UMCAT School of Journalism and Mass Communication. We'll go on with our program, that is the roadmap to the electoral process, and we'll have much more. We'll know more about the process. Yes, Madam Hanifa, do you have any questionnaire for our CP, the chairperson?
Yes.
Incoming?
Yes, of course, in the last segment, we've last seen the measures which are going to be implemented to ensure the fair elections. Now, Mr. Chairperson, what strategies do you have in place to ensure that election results are accurately and swiftly announced?
The process is already written down.
Okay.
We are just waiting for the stakeholders to come on board, and we quick start our duties. To begin with, today Monday, the 11th, where the roadmap is already out. Wednesday, we are going to have the nomination exercise. Come Thursday, we'll have the vetting. Friday, every candidate who is eligible to be on the ballot paper will be known by 4 o'clock in the evening. So when that happens, we enter into the campaigning vibe. Thereafter, the voting now. So for us to ensure that the voting process starts on and ends well. We've put up a few guidelines, but those will be in the subsequent days after the vetting process. So as of now, we'll keep it at that because we'll have to harmonize basing on the candidates that we have a particular position. Yeah.
Okay, can you share your views on the role of the media in covering elections and promoting voters' education? Like, what is the role of the media?
First and foremost, the institution itself, its backbone is media allegiance. So as we speak now, already the media has done its part, both print and then visual, then the media social handles. For starters, this very show is being aired on our social media handles as for the school. When it comes to the outside media players, we are going to have two basic events that will be covered by the media houses, and they are so far on notice, so they are just waiting for us to roll up the program. It is very pertinent that we engage them at every forum. We are engaging the media print houses, the visual, and then the social media houses, so that even willing students that would wish to join UMCAT get to know whatever we are doing. It's in black and white. Okay. We've catered for even the visual impaired, the deaf. So we are on course, and every activity is being followed closely.
Okay, thank you so much. Now we have been having past elections. So what lessons have you learned from the past elections that are going to be applied to ensure successful electoral process?
Thank you so much, host. For starters, so far UMCAT has had a very good reputation when it comes to conducting electoral exercise. Unlike other institutions, we've not had any incidences that are really risky or involving even loss of lives or damage to property. We intend to maintain the same and even do better. Secondly, UMCAT has produced very professional media practitioners, and they've implemented the ethical code of conduct and professionalism, and in that we intend to follow the same trail to keep our aspirants in the know that whatever they are taking on has a good reputation which they have to carry on. The other aspect is we are a new breed. The Electoral Commission Board that is running this exercise this time around is full of young, energetic, and enthusiastic board members.